Well, good morning. Welcome back, y'all, to the channel. I know it's been here hit and miss lately, but we've been busy. And I'm trying to videotape on a new phone, so a cheapie, but a new one. Dan and I have been working our butts off for the last almost 4 weeks. As you can see, the trailer is painted behind us, and we did get trim work done. It's taking forever to do the trim work because I cannot do it all at one time. But we've gotten that done. Yesterday we had to make one last trip over to Ellen and Jerry's to get some odds and ends that we forgot because she was having a hissy fit for us to come over and get. I guess when I had my clothes in a dresser drawer, I guess a couple bras slipped out of a drawer. You know how you have clothes in a drawer and sometimes something will fall past the drawer when you push the drawer shut? But I guess two sports bras slipped past the drawer and they fell into the bottom of the dresser, and she was having a hissy fit that I come get them. So, and some leftover shampoo and conditioner that was in the shower. So I went and got them yesterday. Pissed her off in the process because she changed the locks after we moved out, like we were going to steal from them or something. Probably was her brother-in-law putting it in her head. You know, visited her for I don't know how many years. You know, she left her house with us staying in it. Never touched a thing. Never would steal from nobody. I always told my kids growing up that if you're going to steal, you better steal big enough to leave the country because you're going to get caught. Because there ain't no thief that ain't never going to been caught that I know of. Because when we left yesterday, because Dan was not going in the house when we went over yesterday because she left him a very nasty, nasty voice message cussing him out. And there was no call for it just because the day she tried to call, it was storming over here where we live because we're an hour and a half from them. And we did not get phone reception. So she proceeded to cuss him out on the phone. And Dan don't use any swear words ever. He just does not. They're not in his vocabulary. So yes, he does not appreciate being cussed out. And of course, she's not like regular people who just swear at you. She cusses you royally. She's an F-bomb dropper like left and right. She drops the F-bomb regularly in her regular language. So when you can only imagine if she gets mad at you, how much more vulgar she's gonna cuss you out. So she had apologized for the message, and we didn't normally get our messages because we never set up voicemail, but we figured it out so we could hear it, and it was not nice. So Dan's like, when we go over, I'm not going in the house. So he didn't go in the house. I went upstairs and got the things that we forgot. And it didn't take us long. So as I was leaving, I handed her the key back. Well, I put the key on the library table. I said, here's your key so you can let your brother-in-law and them know that we're not going to come back and steal from you. And of course, that's all I said to her. I didn't say what I wanted to say to her. I said I appreciate y'all letting us live with you, but I never want to live with you again. That's all I said to her. And of course, it pissed her off. And she was like, "Well, things can't be fixed if nobody will sit down and talk about." Well, you can't sit down and talk with that woman because even when I tried to sit down and talk to her about what we supposedly was doing wrong, she got up and started yelling and screaming and cussing at me. So you cannot talk to that woman. But when I got there, she was already royally cussing Jerry out left top to bottom. You know, F you this, goddamn you Jerry, and all this other stuff. So, and damn it Jerry, and F you Jerry, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I was like, and I was staying up to get my stuff thinking, boy, I have not missed this. So that being said, go back to what I was starting to talk about. We've gotten so much done in the house. It looks so good. Just mopped the floors. We have only thing I have to sort yet is one of those tubs that's about this high, this wide, under the bed tub that I just do odds and ends in, like chargers and odds and end things as I was sorting boxes. It was like my catch-all, like a junk drawer, but it's a junk tub. I got to go through that, and then I've got a drawer. I got a double-sized shoebox thing with papers and stuff in it. I got to go through that, but that's what I'm down to. And the only I got my craft niche packed full. I haven't sorted it yet. I kind of Dan brought in my craft stuff and kind of went through it roughly. I can't organize it until I figure out what kind of storage units I want in my craft niche. But if I wanted to get in there and do something, I could pull a tote out and sit in my chair and make something. So, but I have 2 boxes of beads that I want to sort and possibly sell some of that because they're kind of beads you buy at Hobby Lobby and Michael's and Joann's and stuff. The string beads. I gave a lot of it away to Faith, a um, great grandson's fiance. I gave a lot of my string beads to her. She's been making jewelry and selling it. His fiance Faith. I gave her over half of my bead stash, but I saved 1 box full. But I told Dan, now we're in this tiny little place, um, and I don't really have a space. I've got empty bead boxes, a couple cases of those. I think in a week or two, when I'm in the mood to sit down and get those empty bead boxes out, I think I'll go through the box of beads, and I will put them in bead boxes and sort them to see what I really want and what I don't want. I think I'll sell. I hadn't quite decided yet, or at least get it down to a manageable storage amount. I don't know, but we've come a long way. The only things left to do in the house yet is the ugly backsplash yet in the kitchen and some white trim work in the house. Like we still have to paint our bedroom ceiling white. I have to still trim out the bathroom in white. I have to finish painting the kitchen cabinets yet. And we still have to do something to the floor in front of the sink in the kitchen yet. We still have to paint the inside of the doors, um, the house doors inside yet. And I still have to trim out the back door on the outside yet. But other than that, we've come along, and we still have to paint half this porch because we started to paint this porch, and this back here should be the terracotta brown color that the rest of the porch is. But this is a 10-gallon porch, and we bought 5 gallons of paint, and we only got half of it done. So this half I'm sitting on is not painted yet. But the other half of the ramp is, because the ramp is longer than the porch. It is painted, but what they can, when they come through and do videotape inspection of the park, for the park, because the property manager goes through once a month and she videotapes the whole park and sends it to the management company to make sure everybody's lawns and everything look okay. Make sure nobody's violating any rules. What they see looks better. So that's all it counts. So we made sure what they could see through video real quick looked better. So we haven't put the new house numbers on the end of the trailer yet. We do have house numbers on the porch. So everything's coming along. But we're not doing much today. I told Dan he was grounded for the weekend. He could tinker a little bit, but he can't do nothing major. Because we've been working like, as he says, scalded dogs. We've been working our heinies off. Can't do it all in one day, but we can do a little bit here and a little bit there. And until we wear out, we're tired, and then go back and do a little bit, go back and do a little bit. I have to do it in spells. The dogs are loving the big porch. I'll tell you that right now. They are loving it. They each got a bed on the porch. Where you at, Bear? I might have left Bear inside. I don't see him. But the dogs are loving the porch. Zuzu loves to come out, sit on the porch in a dog bed and look off the end of the porch by the gate. Oh, they're loving it. Oh, there's Bear. He's behind the rocking chair. That's what we've been up to lately, and I've been enjoying cooking again. Oh, not having anybody complain about how I cook and refuse to eat my food. Because that's what she would do. She would complain about my cooking, even though it was healthier. I mean, that woman would not eat meat. All she wanted to eat was breaded chicken patties. I think I pissed her off twice yesterday. Pissed her off over the key, and then I think I pissed her off a little bit later when I texted her back because when she sent home that box of stuff, there was roaches in the box, and I was not happy about that. Because when we moved into this place, the only thing we found in this place was 3 dead stink bugs, which you don't get stink bugs up this way. And when I unloaded that box, because we came home tired from driving down there, and we've been tired today. Yesterday was just a tired day. It's like finally it crashed, and we didn't know what we were going to deal with when we got there because she's such an angry person. We came back home and we just set the box on the kitchen counter. And last night when I went to drain, last night when I went to empty out the box, there was like roaches in it. I was like, oh hell no! So I threw the box outside, and then I texted her that I don't know where she got the box out of in her house, but it had roaches in it. So last night I kept an eye open to make sure I do not get these little German, I call them German cockroaches. I ain't gonna be too happy if I get an infestation from her house. Because we were very careful when we left her house that we did not pack anything with us. We have not seen anything in a month. I had bought a smoothie maker when I lived with her, and I wanted to use it so bad, but my fear was if I unpacked it and used it, I would have gotten roaches in my smoothie maker. Because those things breed fast. So I ain't going to be too happy if I get infestation, because that's where they would have come from. But we were very, very, very careful. You can be careful, but ugh. So I don't know. She tried to call me after I left her a text message, but I was too ticked off to be nice. So she tries to call today. I talked to her. But I don't know. As many times she got mad at me over stupid shit, I don't really care if I have too many interactions with her from here on out. I don't want to cause trouble between Dan and his brother, Jerry, because I don't want to do that. That's why I kept my mouth shut a lot. That's why I kept my mouth shut, period. Did not say much of anything when I lived with them. Then she would start in on me. Because I do not want to ruin a relationship between Dan and his brother. I think that's very important. They're getting up in age, and why Jerry puts up with it, I don't know. The things that man does for her, she should treat him nicer. I'm telling you guys this right now. She should treat him nicer. All Dan told me was that the way, and I had known that Dan's first wife treated him horribly. I knew that. The kids told me that. Brittany told me that one time, that she treated, I mean, everybody's told me that Dan's first wife treated him horribly. And after living with Ellen and Jerry, the way she treats Jerry, Dan told me that's just the exact same way that his first wife treated him. And I finally told Dan a little bit ago, a couple weeks ago, you should have left her. I might not have met you, You should have left the woman if that's how she treated you. You should have left her. Because multiple times, the whole entire time we were living there, Dan gets this cloud when he gets stressed over his brain due to his alcohol dementia, and multiple times he had to go lay down. And I told Dan, I said, "There's no excuse for it." I mean, Ellen kept telling me, "Well, we're a lot alike." I'm like, "Oh no, we're not. I don't treat my husband like shit." You know, the thing, especially after everything, because Jerry waits on her hand and foot. She is lazy. He waits on her hand and foot, does everything. If I told you a couple things he does for her, you'd be like, "You gotta be kidding me." Um, but he waits on her hand and foot. I mean, the man can't even sit down and watch a movie without her barking at him. "Jerry, go do this for me. Jerry, do this for me. Jerry, do that for me." I mean, the man can't even watch a TV show all the way through without her barking at him. I kid you not. But she's like Dan's first wife, and Dan should have left his first wife. He really should have. He shouldn't have put up with that shit. Not if what I watched for 4 months was what Dan went through for 37 years. That was wrong. And she was so mean to my babies. She would yell at these guys, and they're good dogs. They're good dogs. Aren't you good babies? I love a boy. Tell you one thing, Bear is still very happy to be up here. He has totally come out of his shell since we left him. Having a baby boy, huh? Having a baby. You want to say hi to everybody, Bear? They want to give him lovins. But we're doing really good, aren't we, Bear? Bear likes a new house, don't you? Pickles now is a pain in the butt. She's now into terrible chews, as we call them, and she's chewing the crap out of everything in sight. You name it, she'll chew it. She got another pair of glasses a few days ago. Took them off to paint something. Thought I put them up high enough. Nope, did not. She chewed the back part on this pair that goes behind the ear. She chewed it up pretty good. She's chewing everything inside. No, no, Pickles. That's a cat. It was here before you. Pickles, no. Pickles, no, no. I said no. Pickles, no. Stop barking. Pickles, no, no. This park is full of cats. It's full of cats. There's a lady around the bend. One, two, about 3 or 4 trailers over. She's responsible for these cats being here. There's like 30 some cats here. Tried to tell the dogs the cats were here before they were. There's so many freaking cats here. So many of them. Drives the dogs nuts. But that's what's going on. Tomorrow morning I'm taking the neighbor lady. They don't have a car. I'm taking her to, it's a frozen food bank in the morning. They don't have a car, and I told her I'd take her. So I think I'll get some too. So I'll show you guys what I get when I get back. It's a long process. It opens at 7, but they don't distribute until 9. So it's a once a month thing. So I'll show you guys what we get tomorrow. Um, we've made friendly with a lot of people in the park. We made friendly with 2 guys across from us. We made friendly with the couple and their son that catty cornered across from us. And then we've met the people next door to us, the couple next door to us, and then the guy behind us and the guy behind him, behind, this way, beside us, behind us. I say behind us, beside us. We made friendly with them, so we so people like us in the park. We like people in the park, but so she and I are gonna go there tomorrow morning. It's a bright and early thing to get my hiney out of bed. She says she's up bright and early. She seems really nice. She's a gamer, older lady who's a gamer. I'm not into games. She's like, you need to play games. Like, nope, I don't play games. I don't play games. But that would drive me insane. I mean, if I haven't found an old Atari system for some of the games, I might play it once in a blue moon because that's what I played as a teenager. But I can't see myself sitting at a computer or a console playing games all day long. I just can't see myself doing that. That would drive me insane. It really would. It really would, wouldn't it, Bear? I mean, Dan and I don't even watch much TV, so it would drive me insane. We spent a lot of time sitting on the porch talking and sitting out here with the babies because they get to enjoy the outside. If you look at the porch right now, you'd think that was more dogs than people here because of the beds. Yeah, more dogs than people. They only really allow 2 pets per household in the park, but we got approved for all 4. They did approve us for all 4. I think they really wanted to sell this. I think they thought this mobile home was in worse shape than it actually was. But when Dan and I got in there and started actually getting into it and seeing what the problems were not as bad as they actually looked. I think, as Dan says, the mobile home was more neglected than it was actually bad. We don't want to tell them that. It was more of a neglect thing. People just neglected it more so than they did anything else. But that's okay. We fixed it up, didn't we, baby? We finally got the furniture stuff that we needed. I mean, the neighbor next door to where we're staying in with Ellen and Jerry, she gave us a couch and a recliner, which was nice of her. But she was also looking for a computer, so I had an extra laptop that I was not using, so I gave it to her. And then Nathan needed a dresser, and I found one on Marketplace for $10. Went and picked that up. And then I needed a dresser or something for the TV stand in the living room, and kept watching. Found one locally in town, 3 minutes away, for around $20 and 25, I think 25. And it's a nice wooden one. If I find something, I wanted something a little more ornate, but I don't want to go digging right now. So eventually, if I find something or come across something a little prettier, we'll swap because Nathan's is okay, but it's a temporary dresser kind of thing because it wasn't in the budget to buy furniture. Um, we'll give Nathan, we have the living room, if we get something a little more ornate that we want for the living room down the road, we'll swap it out with Nathan. But I felt sorry for that lady because she was going to Florida, because she was going to Moffitt. She had cancer. But we got that. And then I found some corner cabinets, corner shelving that I wanted for the living room, my altar. And then I was looking for something to put the birds on, even though they had a stand, to put my family albums on. And I needed something in the bedroom yet to put some more clothing on. And I came across what was called an antique shop, but it ended up being more of a junk shop. And for around $70, I got 2 cabinets with drawers in them and cubbies for the bedroom, 2 corner cabinet things, 2 corner shelvings that stack on top of each other, and the shelf for the birds and the albums, and some odds and ends that some other odds and end things, um, which I didn't think was too bad. Kind of finish off. I can't remember what else I got that day there, but it was a bunch of odds and ends. So I didn't break the bank. So, and it kind of finished off. The only thing I'm gotta do now is just figure out storage for the craft stuff, but I don't want to think about it right now. I'm tired. I don't know if y'all can tell I'm tired. I'm whooped. We are whooped. I told Dan just need a few days or a week or something to take it a little easier, and then we can finish trimming out things inside. Because eventually, when I'm all done with the backsplash in the kitchen, and I'm done painting the kitchen cabinets, stuff like that, I want to paint an apple vine around the top of my kitchen, and I think it would be really pretty. So I have dehydrated peppers in the kitchen, and I have dehydrated purple cabbage. So I had done some dehydrating, which feels so good. I'm gonna be back to doing that stuff. So, but life is getting back to our new normal. This feels so good. And we've been having dinner around the table every night, except for last night, since we got the table. Last night's too tired of it. But I just thought I would check in with you guys and let y'all know what's going on. The video is now 27 minutes long, so I'm gonna let you guys go. Remember, like and subscribe. Thank y'all for hanging in and watching. Videos will come. I'll get videos back up and going. But remember, live happy, be happy, do happy things, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.